Imagine if there were a way to describe AAUW's overall impact. Everywhere you look, AAUW is changing the climate for women and girls. We're changing the climate in the classroom. For the young scientists, engineers, mathematicians, and innovators who will keep our country competitive. They're getting hands-on experience, role models, and roadmaps for the future that they need today at AAUW Tech Trek and Tech Savvy STEM conferences. And AAUW members across the country are using the Department of Education's new Title IX resources to make sure every school has a Title IX coordinator who knows how to enforce the law and protect women's and girls' right to a safe, equitable education. AAUW is changing the climate on campus. Through our many campus leadership programs, projects, and events, AAUW is bringing the AAUW mission and our resources to campuses across the nation. At AAUW's National Conference for College Women Student Leaders, we empower the next generation of women leaders to dream big and to make their futures exactly what they want them to be. These leaders then return to campus, motivated to make change on important issues like campus sexual assault, and they are further inspired and trained by our stellar programs. They'll learn how to run for office at Elect Her, how to negotiate their first salary at AAUW Start Smart, and how to organize around a cause and build their community through our Campus Action Project grants, in collaboration with AAUW's 800 college and university partners. We continue to change the climate for postgraduate students. Among the largest private funding sources for women in the world, AAUW again awarded nearly $4 million in fellowships and grants in 2015. We're changing the climate in the workplace. AAUW's Work Smart salary negotiation trainings are giving working women the tools they need to persuasively negotiate for their next job offer, raise, or promotion. And we're energizing young professionals through the community of like-minded women in our Younger Women's Task Force. We're also changing the climate in the boardroom, convening with changemakers in technology and engineering like AT&T, Verizon, and Symantec to put our STEM research into much-needed action. In state houses around the country, we are definitely changing the climate. With a powerful new tool, AAUW's grassroots leaders can track local legislation and take their advocacy to the next level of truly holding legislators' feet to the fire. Best of all, we're already seeing results. Last year, 7 states passed equal pay bills. This year, legislators have already introduced pay equity bills in 34 states. And AAUW members are tracking these bills and making their voices heard with the help of our new tool. AAUW is changing the climate in the courthouse. Since 1981 and our support of the landmark Cornell 5 case, our Legal Advocacy Fund continues to support precedent-setting cases that battle gender discrimination in academia and the workplace. This year, LAF Campus Outreach Program grants that link branches and students cover key AAUW priorities, including ending campus sexual assault, narrowing the pay gap, and Title IX enforcement. And we're providing much-needed resources so that women know their rights on campus and at work. Changing the climate in our nation's capital is a top priority.
The Senate will come to order.
And for more than 40 years, our dedicated lobby corps has advocated for women's rights with members of Congress. Their enduring commitment to advancing gender equity is an inspiration to us all. AAUW has met with our leaders in exclusive, behind-closed-doors meetings, including a recent discussion with the Treasurer of the United States, Rosie Rios, on the new $10 bill. And we're working on ways to get more of those bills into the pockets of working women and their families. AAUW is changing the climate for women and girls around the world. Our special consultative status with the United Nations helps AAUW advance key issues, such as empowering girls, ending human trafficking, and promoting women's opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We also continue to change women's lives in the global community through our international fellowships and project grants. One of this year's recipients will use her AAUW International Project Grant to educate and empower Kenyan women seeking the right to equality in marriage. Altogether, this vital work is the drumbeat that is changing our national and global conversations. We're leveraging new online and social media tools to raise awareness on key issues like fair pay and campus sexual assault. We're setting an example for the nation in Boston, the city where AAUW was founded, by training half the working women in the city to negotiate their salary by 2020. We're launching a national conversation about the reasons men still vastly outnumber women in leadership positions through our newest research report, Barriers and Bias: The Status of Women in Leadership. And we've outlined a pathway forward. We've already hit the ground running for the 2016 election to give the issues that matter to women voters the attention they deserve. These 9 impact grant states have kicked off their Get Out the Vote efforts to register, educate, and mobilize women voters. It's our vote, and we will be heard. Everywhere you look, AAUW is changing the climate and empowering women and girls.